Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Matango, or as the American version is being said, being Attack of the Mushroom People. A man named Kenji is pretty much telling his story from a psychiatric ward about what happened with him and several others while being on a yacht, and it wasn't a 3-hour tour. It actually turns out that a bad storm hit and the tiny ship was no, that's not what really happens, but yeah, bad storm happens and they wind up on an island. And no, this movie is not really supposed to be called Kenji's Island, but anyway, what happens is that they're there and they discover another shipwrecked ship. And they go over the log for it and realize that there were other people on there before, a year before, and a lot of crazy stuff happened. So, of course, they're trying to figure out ways to survive, and they go all over the island where they discover, what else? Lots and lots of mushrooms. They're not quite sure if they should eat them or not because, well, they could be poisonous. So they try to figure out all sorts of other ways to survive, and they find canned foods and things like that. But unfortunately, the food rations run out, and they start to realize they may not have much of a choice. They may have to start eating the mushrooms, in which they do, in which things start going from pretty crazy to straight out insane. And apparently they discover that if you eat the mushrooms, well, yeah, you have a sort of psychedelic trip, but also you become one of the mushroom people. So Kenji tries to do everything he can to rescue his girlfriend Akiko when she's taken, but it's already too late for her because she ate the mushrooms, and he luckily escapes and is able to be rescued. So then we go back to Kenji, who's still telling his story, who the whole time in the movie, when he's telling the story, his face is turned away from everybody, but when he turns around, it turns out his face has that sort of fungus kind of thing growing on him, and he reveals that he too ate the mushrooms. And then he winds up narrating throughout the rest of the movie, which was maybe about another 2 or 3 minutes. So, why did this movie suck? You know, it's kind of a darn shame that the director of the original Godzilla movie had to give us a movie that, well, it seems like it takes a really long time for anything good to happen. I mean, about the halfway point, we are introduced to one of the mushroom people, although it is kind of believed that the movie had something to do with nuclear radiation testing, which apparently this movie was not supposed to be shown in Japan for quite some time because of nuclear testing and everything like that and the effects it had on people. But then when you finally get to see the mushroom people, it's almost towards the end of the movie, and trust me, they look nothing like what you see right there. They all pretty much look the same color, the same look, everything like that. And again, it's a real slow build kind of movie, and I will admit the twist ending with Kenji revealing that he ate the mushrooms was pretty cool. And I guess in a way he had to sit there and go, well, you know what, I have to show these people I'm not crazy. And, yeah. But really, in all honesty, the movie is, I don't really want to say it's silly. I mean, the makeup effects for the one guy they discover on the ship about halfway into it was pretty impressive, but really the mushroom people costumes, I guess you could say, were kind of meh. And it's trippy, I will say that much, and it'll probably give you a headache with a lot of its psychedelic scenes and weirdness and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you want to watch it, proceed with caution. But it is 100% weird, I will say that much. But again, it takes a little while for it to get there. But yeah. But there you guys have it, a review of Attack of the Mushroom People. If you've seen it, love to hear from you guys in the comments below about how you feel about it, whether you agree or disagree. And of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that made you feel like you were tripping out on something like, say, broccoli, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.